Do you want to get better at communication, at having difficult conversations and navigating conflict? Then one of the most important things to remember is that understanding doesn't equal agreeing. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. Hi, I'm Chris Littlefield. I'm the founder of Beyond Thank You, and I spend the majority of my time training leaders how to build and maintain cultures where their people feel valued every day. But my background is in international conflict resolution. I used to do track 2 diplomacy work, facilitating dialogues between Israelis and Palestinians, Indians, Pakistanis, Greek and Turkish Cypriots, and then later I started doing similar work in corporate settings, facilitating dialogues between marketing and sales. Any group of people who aren't talking and we're trying to open lines of communication. Now, one of my mentors, Jonathan Reitman, who sadly passed away several years ago, shared something I'll never forget. He goes, 90% of resolving conflict is understanding the other side's point of view. But many people come into these discussions unwilling to understand the other side's point of view out of a fear that if I take time to understand you, then you're going to think that I agree with you, that I'm okay with this perspective and belief that you have that conflicts with my own. Which is not the case, of course, because what that person's actually sharing is a perspective, is a certain view or belief on a certain subject or a certain situation. And what you're sharing is the same thing. And so if we want to open up dialogue, we need to make sure we're not making that other person wrong for believing or having the perspective they do. Because nobody has opened up dialogue with a person who's attacking them and making them wrong and saying, what you're thinking is wrong, right? That doesn't open up discussion. And instead, you can say something along the lines of, I don't actually agree with what you're saying, but I want to understand why you believe what you believe. And then follow up by asking questions. So why do you think you believe that? What's behind that? Why is that important to you? Why do you feel that's what we need to do moving forward? And ask questions to understand without making them wrong. And guess what? When you do that, sometimes, not always, they tend to do the same back to you. And that's how we open up dialogue. So take this on as a practice, and a really low-risk way to be able to work on developing the muscle and the skill is that when you're in the car, listen to a talk radio station that completely conflicts with your own, that has a political perspective that's completely different than yours. And if you find yourself getting mad at what people are sharing or upset, take a deep breath and say, my job is to understand. Why could people believe what they believe? What do you think's behind it? What's the concern that they're operating from? What do they really care about? And try to think about what that could possibly be. And then take it up a notch and maybe interview a neighbor, a coworker, a family member who has political perspectives that are different than yours. And just listen to what they're sharing and try to make sense of what do they care about and ask questions to understand why they believe what they believe. And you know that they feel heard if they keep on sharing more and they calm down as they're sharing. And afterwards, they thank you for the conversation. And the more we get better at being able to hold multiple different perspectives at the same time, to be able to listen to a perspective that's different than ours without getting triggered or upset, the better we're going to be as communicators, both at work and at home and in our communities. And then together, we can build cultures, both at work and at home, where people feel valued every day. I'm Chris Littlefield from Beyond Thank You. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit like and subscribe and share it with at least one other person. And I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.